Hello everyone, today I'm going to set up my brand new GreenStalk. This is a 7-tier leaf planter on the basket weave texture in the new lilac color. This is a special edition color for the spring. I also have it here on the spinner, which you can get it separately, and we're going to set up this with the wheels. That's how I like to have all of my GreenStalks, so I can move them around. I'm planning to plant spring crops on them. So I have right there on the table some pansies, I have some broccoli, some peas that I'm going to direct sow, some radishes, and some strawberries that I started from seeds. And just right before we start, I want to let you know that GreenStalk's having spring sale, and this model planter right here, the 7-tier leaf planter, is going to be on sale at a great price, and you can still stock my code MarsGarden for an extra discount on that. They're also launching a lot of cool new items for this spring season too, including a brand new pink seed starter tray with the domes that lots of you guys have been asking for, so they're finally available, so make sure to check their website for that. I'll leave the link in the description box down below too. But now we're gonna get going with setting up this planter. We're going to get started by just filling them with the potting soil. I like to use the Fox Farms Happy Frog potting soil. So there's 7 tiers in here in 42 pockets, which is awesome. There's lots of planting space for us. I have a bag that's already open. We're gonna start with that. I used this to plant my potatoes on my previous video on grow bags. And we're going to start with this bag first, so we'll see how many bags it's going to take us this time. Last time I filled these apples last year was that beautiful maple color one there, over there with the greens. And that's the one I'm going to do a harvest next to.
Last time when I filled my maple planter on the 7th tier as well, it took 2.5 bags of the 2 cubic feet for this Fox Farms Happy Frog potting soil. And when you're filling them, make sure to fill all the way to the top. You can see here that I'm leaving an inch or so of space, but I'm going to come back around after I plant and fill this up as well and make sure it's all nice and full before we stack the planter. And also you only want to use potting soil or potting mix to fill them, not topsoil or garden soil. Those will be too heavy for the planter to work properly.
Alright, so our planters are now filled and ready to be planted. I've got a fun variety of things here. We're gonna start with the pansies first, just to make sure it got some cheerfulness everywhere. And then I'll move on and plant the broccoli, which is one of the biggest things are going to be here in the bottom, 2 to 3 tiers, and we're gonna put some strawberries that I started from seed too on the top. And we're gonna finish by direct sowing something in the leftover pockets.
I like to add pansies to my planters because they add some nice color and beauty, but also because they're edible. You can eat pansies with your salads or just use to garnish your food and make something special. And you can see the ones next to me there that they only have green. I wanted to add some more flowers to those too because I think just make it everything look nicer.
Alright, the pansies are done, and I'm going to move the broccoli next. So that's going to be the bottom tier. I don't know why I put that one to be the farthest from me, but I didn't put any pansies in there because at the bottom I don't really like to put flowers, so I'm gonna put some broccoli in here. Oh, this guy said there's 3 in here. Oh my goodness, this one's too small. I'm gonna try to separate them. I'm gonna do some damage to the roots, so hopefully it's not too bad.
I've had success separating broccoli like this when they're young, but these guys are a little bit too big, so I think that I might have done a lot more damage to these roots than I should have. So we'll see if they will do well here in these planters or not. If they don't make it, I'll have to put something else there instead.
Now we're gonna do the strawberries. Hope these broccolis are going to be okay. We'll see what's gonna happen, but I'll start with them here on the top. This 2 that have 2 pansies are going to be the top tiers. So this is a double pink strawberry cherry blossom. That's what I have wrote in here. A variety that I have started from seed, and the strawberries are probably not going to fruit this year, but I'm okay with that. This is a long-term run. They will next year, and they will stay in the same planter, and probably for 2 to 3 years more after that. So I'm going to do 2 strawberries across from each other here. And again, I am going to come back around and fill this up with soil all the way to the top once we're finished, so to make sure that's clear. So there's 2 there. Let's do a couple here. Okay. These are still nice. They take a long time to grow. I started this a long time ago, Make sure that can't be very too deep for the strawberries. The broccoli are okay with, strawberries need to be a bit more above. And I'm still going to put some more soil, so let's just push some stuff out. Great. And then those two tiny ones right on the other one. And these two I'm going to just do it like this since there's only one pansy here. All right, very cool. So those are the seedlings I had. Oh, I almost forgot. I also want to put lettuce in here from my little soil blocks. They look really cool. I'm gonna try to grab the whole thing. This is a 20, oh my gosh, they got like entangled with the marigold. I'd love to add marigold here too because I love the combination of purple and orange, but I think it's too cold for them. So maybe if one of these things don't make it, we can always fill up the gaps with some marigolds after. Yeah, I was gonna plan to have some backups. Doesn't matter what you're planting. Oh, this is so cool. In raised beds or in pots, sometimes they just don't make it. Whoop. But here I have this very nice block of lettuce. Look how cute they look. Isn't it nice? So they are mini soil blocks, so I can separate them and they're all into little blocks like this and I can plant them. There are 20 blocks in here, but not all of them germinated, so we'll see how much lettuce we have. My hands are getting a little cold, but we're gonna just do another little green lettuce there. And this lettuce is from free seeds I got from GreenStalk. So I have a few packets of it and I'm super excited to plant them. So I'm gonna do this here next to that. I should already put more soil here. I'm gonna do that. Because I sometimes plant bigger seedlings, I like to leave some space, but whatever I have left over now, it has small blocks and it's gonna be seeds, so maybe I should just already show you guys the proper way to do it and fill this up all the way to the top. Now I can put my little teeny lettuce, beautiful, there, so cute. And you know, when you first plant them, it looks like a lot of things are very little. If you see the videos where I planted this guy or that guy, just see the pockets and a little green peeking there, but they grow fast. So hopefully in a couple of weeks I can show you guys an update and you'll see how cool this is going to be looking then. I might sow some radish seeds next to that lettuce. But in the middle here, the watering disc is going to sit here. So it's okay to be a little bit lower than the rest of the planter. Otherwise, it'll be hard for you to sit the watering discs. But I'll show you guys that once it's time for me to put them on. And fill up the rest of this guy too. So this one doesn't have any empty pockets. It's going to be the top. Okay, wonderful. Love planting new things. Favorite part of the spring. And then in the summer when you're harvesting. But I'm going to harvest some in the spring too. I'm going to harvest things on this GreenStalk just tomorrow. I'm excited for that. And I will film a video to show you guys too what we can get on our first harvest. And then I already have it filled. So I guess we can already sow our lettuce seeds or pea seeds. Why not, right? So these pea seeds here are pre-sprouted. The first day I put it in some water and let it soak. And then the second day I just added this paper towel so I can have a little root coming up. I just want to speed up the process. That's why I did that. Thus you see the little root tip in here. That will make it germinate a lot faster. So just going to poke a hole and put the pea in there with the roots down. It's usually good to plant about 1 inch deep. I'm gonna pat it down. And I want to put radishes next to it too. Maybe even next to the strawberries because I know they're gonna grow so slow. We're gonna do the radishes at the end after we plant everything so we can maximize our growing space here and grow a lot of food in these buckets here. So that was 1 pea there. I'm gonna do 1 pea and 2 radishes. I'll do 2 little pokes here so I know I should do the radish in there. So because I'm going to forget probably. Then this guy next to the strawberries. Here I'm just gonna put it up so we know that this is gonna be direct sown. Another pea right there. Okay, and then lettuce. And here in between, that's one already falling in here. Can do that. One that looks like it's going to be speckled. That's pretty cute. And here, I'll fill up. I like to do one task at a time. So I just fill up this with more soil, but I should probably do it at the end so I can finish, planting, sowing the seeds, then filling it up so I don't get so distracted. I'm gonna do another pea here, right in the middle. I'm doing one, just hoping that they really do come up. And then there's gonna get one radish on each side after. Nice. And I'm going to repeat this. I'm just gonna keep putting the lettuce and the peas and the pockets, and at the end we're gonna do the radish all together. All right, now let's go ahead and do our radishes. This one here that I have already in this container because I planted some the other day is this variety here, so you can see the picture, purple plum. I'm going to put this 2 here, 1, 2. I'll maybe do 2 seeds per, because those seeds are a bit older, but I'll put 1 in here, maybe 2 here and 2 here. And I'll do the breakfast radishes in a different layer. But then, so this is all with peas, those 3, and then this one gets bigger. I want to do that on its own. I did not put a pea here, and I did not put a pea there, so they're going to be just for this radish. This is kind of like a daikon radish, it'll be a little bit longer, but it's this beautiful purple inside. And I'm gonna do 2 seeds on the side, 2 seeds, and see how they do. And I'll tin to 1. And you can eat the radish sprouts once you tin it. Got this guy sown on this side too. So much food and with only 1 planter, right? So many variety. Love it. So much variety. Okay. And I might actually plant some of this on my new raised bed back there too. I'll leave them out. Now let's do the French breakfast, which this one is the fastest. This one matures in 28 days. So you can be able to have a fast harvest from these too. So I'll do a couple here, couple here, couple here, and a couple here. Nice. And I said that I was going to put radishes along these guys because those strawberries are so babies, and I'll do this one that's fast. And then these lettuces are pretty small too, so I might put a couple to see if I can harvest them before the lettuces get big in 28 days. But the lettuces tend to grow fast, so we'll do a little test here. This is just a test run. See if they'll be able to grow together. I have more seeds in my hands, so I'm just going to finish everything that I put in my hand. Usually when you take seeds and your hands are dirty or wet, it's not good to put them back in the seed pack because you don't want to add any extra moisture or bacteria in there. So just going to use everything that I got. And that's why the purple ones that I had there were in a little container, not in a back in the seed pack, because I had accidentally put them all in my hands. My hands were dirty. All right, French breakfast is good. Let's do some more of these guys on here, which I haven't done it yet, by the peas. These strawberries are a bit behind, even smaller than the other ones. So I'm going to put some of these seeds here too. Now I'm going to fill this up with the rest of the soil. Make sure it's all nice and even to the top. We're gonna water it, add the watering discs, and then put it together. The next step in here will be watering. I like to water right after I plant. Once it's unassembled like this, and I'll give another watering after I put it together and get it all stacked. I will do it through the watering discs, but because this soil was pretty dry, I was just in this bag, I like to give it a little boost and water right after too. And today I'm also using this Neptune's Harvest Fish and Seaweed organic fertilizer just to give a bit of a boost of microbes on the soil, microorganisms. This potting soil is good. It does come with some mycorrhizae, I never know how to say that. It's a few other things, but I'll add this too to give a little boost on the microbial life as well. And this is just the regular Fish and Seaweed one. It's really low strength, not very strong, but it's really great for enhancing the soil. And the recommended dosage here is an eighth of a cup per 1 gallon of water. This is a 2-gallon watering can, so we could put a quarter cup here. I never really measure, like you guys saw, I eyeball it, but if you're not experienced and are used to fertilizing, Please make sure to follow the instructions in the bottom. On the bottle, sorry, we're just gonna give a little watering, kind of close to the plants on the pockets. I'm going to water even the pockets that don't look like I have anything, because obviously they have seeds, and seeds need a lot of moisture to germinate, and keeping the surface of the soil moist is very important to trigger germination and to make them germinate fast. So we're getting everything a nice little soak here. And now that everything is watered, we're going to add the watering discs. This is part of the built-in watering system on the GreenStalk. And it comes with little holes here. It's important for you to know when you're assembling it to make sure the holes face the pockets. So just put it into the way that will face each pocket so the plants can get properly watered. And this one's going to be my top, so that one's going to get the top watering reservoir. And I said in the beginning of the video that I was going to put the wheels on the spinner. It's super easy. So it comes like this together with the planter. If you order a spinner, you gotta order this apart. You can order either only the base, so GreenStalks can rotate. I have them, all of mine are in the spinner with wheels here, so you can see with the planter, it's just easy to harvest and maintain. And you can, so if you're not planning to move it around, you could just have the base like that, but I like to move mine around depending on sunlight and just to have the ability to. So I'm going to add the wheels to this one as well. So you can order this with the wheels or without the wheels. And the wheels are very easy to put together. You'll have some holes in here telling you where to do. It says wheel and it has an arrow, and then you just press it down. And then some of them lock. So in the past, I forgot to kind of interchange the ones that lock. See, there's some here with the locking, which is important when it's windy. And so make sure your planter don't move into place. So I'm going to do one regular one and one with the locking thing in between. So get another regular. Actually, this one didn't go. They're going to go a little lower. Good, there you go. Just make sure you press it good. And that one didn't have a lock, so this one has a lock. It doesn't. And the last one. Just make sure to read where it says wheel, because there's other holes in here to stabilize the planter if you bought this without the wheel kit. So, but it's nicely labeled. So there you go, we have it all down. I'll keep the wheels locked, and I'm going to assemble this right here for now. And I'm gonna take this is going to be the top watering reservoir, which is going to live on this guy. First bottom tier is going to be this one. Doesn't have any pins on it, and it locks in here. You gotta also, the first layer, let me see, there we go. You want to put it in a way that will lock it down. So do the same thing with the original or the leaf, the 7 tier or the 5 tier, so it's nice and locked. Then we're going to move on to the other tiers. This broccoli is not looking very good. I think preparing the roots was not a good idea, but we'll see how that's going to work out for us. I can always plant something else. I should have just pinched it, but I have such a hard time pinching seedlings. I always try to separate them, and sometimes it's not always a good idea, but it's okay. Let's see what's going to happen to these guys. Okay, that also just fell in place. Now, my next layer, let's do this. Oh, this one has a broccoli, so let's do that one. So all the broccoli there is going to get big. If they do grow, can stay in the bottom. So I'm gonna just orient my pansies to be next to each other. I like the look that gives. You'll see at the end what I mean. Okay, now I'm gonna do this one, and I rotate this. Shoop. Just going around because that planter is in my way. Okay. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, poor broccoli. It's looking so droopy. Might have to do an alternative thing for that. It's alright. I have plenty of extra seedlings. If they don't make it, we'll just replant that. And now for our last layer. So I'm just gonna do this. These tiers here are a lot easier to put together than those, the original ones, the one in the green one. I mean, they're both easy, but I'm not that strong. So I find sometimes that one a bit heavy, but I can still do it on my own. But these ones are a breeze. I like the leaf planters because I can carry without having too much trouble. It's a bit heavy, but completely manageable. All right, now top water reservoir. Let's get our pansies looking good for us. This basket weave texture is really pretty too. Forgot to talk about this in the beginning of the video. Those are the new leads. How cute are they? You can get that as an additional thing as well, so it's an add-on, but I like it because I don't like the breeze to come in and clog the watering system. I only water my GreenStalks through the watering system. So once I just plant, I'll water through the pockets for a couple days just to make sure everything gets established. And then after that, I will just use my watering system to water the whole planter. I like to do that because I feel that trains the roots to grow through the middle of the planter, which is a bit cooler and there's more space in there. If you get into the habit to also hose it outside, I feel like they might not be as healthy. All of mine, you can see how nice those two look. I only have been watered through the middle of the watering reservoir. So this bok choy is huge. Definitely ready to harvest those two guys. And this. And this. Amazing, we're gonna have a harvest soon. Back to this. I have some accessories that I want to put there. In the past, I didn't have this in houses and I would water for a couple days in the pockets. But now I'm thinking, because I have already watered the top and the surface is moist, if I just had this in houses, I won't need to water from the outside. I can just use the reservoir, which is cool. So I'm going to add these little seed houses, which is also sold by GreenStalk. You can find them on their website. To the pockets that have nothing here, which means there's a seed. So there's the peas and radishes seeds in there. If I have enough, I don't know. I bought a bunch of them. They come in a pack of 6 when you buy them. But I bought a bunch of them. I got gifted a couple, then I bought some more from GreenStalk. I think I also want to do it on my strawberries and some of the lettuces since they're very little, to give them a little bit of extra warmth and make them grow a little faster. So see, I'm planning to cover this one too, but I don't have any more frost covers. I only have an insect cover now, so this one won't have extra heat from the cover that I'm going to put it on. So that would be helpful for the seeds. All right, I'm turning to you guys again. Easy. Don't forget about my radishes below here. All right. See how easy it is to spin? I love it. I love it. Get it. Oh, this is also nice to protect it from pests too. If you have squirrels digging them up. I was gardening in New York City last year, and man, in the spring was hard for us. All the squirrels will come and dig everything up that I had just planted. So if I had this, not on the GreenStalks as much. For some reason, mine didn't learn much to go on my GreenStalks, but I've heard some people that they do have problems with squirrels. So this is also a perfect thing to shelter them until the seedlings are big enough that they won't be able to be pulled up by them anyway, because they don't even need it. Sometimes it's just looking to see if they hit some acorns in there. Let me know in the comments if you guys have experienced that before too, in the spring and in the fall. So I have covered all of the pockets that I had direct sold the peas and the radishes, and I have extras, which is great. I think I have more in there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and also shelter my strawberries because I really don't want to lose those. Started them from seed and I'm very hopeful to see how they're going to do. It's my first time starting strawberries from seeds this year. Okay, so these are my 4. Did I have 4 or 6? I think I had 6. Okay, there's one more there. I have more seed houses. You know, now that I remember, I have a lot more. I think I bought enough to fill a whole planter. But let's see. I'm not going to need, obviously, to all of them because some of these plants are already big. But let's cover the babies. Give them a better chance to thrive. Good. All set up. Beautiful. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you like this color and all the plant selection that I did today. I love to hear from you. I love reading your comments. And 2 more things before we finish. I bought these trellises from GreenStalk too to use when the peas start growing, but obviously they haven't sprouted yet, but just want to show you there's this option too. You can add these trellises to the pockets, just put it over here, and then it can just through the inside obviously, and then you can just hold your plants up. I think they'll be helpful for peppers and beans and other things too, but I want to use for peas on these ones. First, I have 2 sets of those. I have 3 somewhere on my GreenStalk up there too. And this is a brand new support system that I need to put my cover on, and I've just realized that this guy is too close to this. So let's move this a little bit. The wheels are locked, of course, Mari. Okay, all unlocked. And let's move it a bit. Oh, it's easy. Easy when it's unlocked to this side, so I have space, a little bit more I think. There we go. I have space to put this on. This actually might not be its permanent home. I have a tree right over there that might shade this when the leaves come back, so I also wanted to have it on wheels so I can move it around this patio and move towards more that side if I have a shade problem. I even got a raised bed on wheels too that I showed you guys in other videos. But to put this together, I think there's a couple ways. You could set the whole thing like this and then just place it on top. I like to just do it piece by piece because I'm by myself here. So you just place it in here. There's a little lock. Let me go get you guys closer. So I'm going to turn around. This is the space. Then you just get this part here, put it to the back, push to the front, and lock it. We're gonna do the same thing all over. And they fit with the seed houses too, which is cool. I didn't think to measure. Oh, yeah, I knew that because I had some seed house on the top over there. Oops, forgetting. Let's go. Okay, this one. And this is the last. So now I'm going to then connect them. So 2 parts, this little fat part here, this little round part with a little lid. This goes in here. And then there's lids to connect the next one. So I'm just going to put this in here to keep assembling. So I'm going to put this straight part connects with the little piece that comes in here. Then you turn it in like this. What's the new one? It's a bit stronger than the one I had. Wonderful. Wow. And then you click it in. Wow, this one is very strong. I have a really old one here. I think they improved the model. Wow, it clicks very good. Oh my gosh, I love this. I might have to get more. Okay, the last one. Sometimes the other one comes up when I try to click it. So I might have to take it up a little bit. But let's see if we can do it. Because I got to connect this guy, you see. That's what happens with the last one. Oh, yeah, it came up a bit there. There you go. It's okay. Then click. And if it comes up, you just fix it. This is only going to happen one time when you put it together. There you go. Then you go around and make sure everything is good, because I was lifting it when I was assembling. So I like to press here and press here. That's it. We're good to go. All set up. And I'm going to probably not cover it today or right now. I have the covers inside. The insect one. This is the ones that I'm using for these guys over here. This is the frost cover. That's how it looks like. I guess just so you guys can see how I put it on. But this one is a bit thicker. It's a frost cover, so it insulates it and has a bit less light transmission, but it still get enough light. Those guys have been covered that almost all the time, and they're growing beautifully. It makes it a little bit warmer too, so I think gives like extra 7 to 9 degrees of protection. The insect net that I have, the insect cover, is from a different material, and that one lets more light go through, and it doesn't really make it warm. It's just so to protect the barrier for pests and insects to not eat your precious plants. But that one is inside. You guys can check their page on the website to look at more details too. This is an example. So I'm keeping the lid on just so it's easy, but you don't need to, I guess, if you cover, but I always keep it on, because when I take it off, I don't not always remember. There you go. And it fits nicely. You could use the trellises to prop it up. That's what I'm doing on that green one there. So if you have bigger plants growing, the trellises would make it taller, so the things that are growing in the top pockets won't get smushed, but this one doesn't have a lot of stuff. And then you just close it from the bottom. There you go. And that's how my GreenStalks live outside in this new location. That's how they are going to look. I have to cover these other guys too. Not right now, but a little later today. But I'm going to take this off again so you guys can see how it looks. I'm excited to see it brand new and I look at it for a little bit longer. And then because I do have the seed houses keeping them warmer, I don't think I need to put the warm frost cover in this. I'll put the insect cover and I'll put those guys back in here. So the last thing I'd have to do is water, but I have to grab my water from the inside. I don't have it on outside right now, so I'll do this after this video. But just so you know, you guys should also water through this water reservoir one time after you put it together too, to make sure that you get water in the middle of the planter and that the soil settles a little more, because the soil is pretty dry when you just put it in, and most soils that you get bags come a little dry. So don't forget to take advantage of the sale if you want to get one of these. I have heard from GreenStalk that this model here, the 70-year GreenStalk, won't be on the Mother's Day sale. They are going to have a sale for the original one on that for Mother's Day, like they have been doing the past years. So if you need one of these with shorter pockets and more planting space, make sure to go grab one now. And if you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to see how the planters are going to do here in my garden this year. And like this video if you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time.